Hi, I'm not Alex Amancio, Creative Director on Assassin's Creed Unity, but if you'd rather have someone with a sweet accent and who knows a thing or two about the game describe it to you, make sure you hit the link down below in the video description. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck with me, someone with a sometimes New England accent. Welcome to my first attempt at a rewind trailer, this time for Assassin's Creed Unity. We're going to take a look at the gameplay that was recently released, though notice I'm not actually calling it a rewind trailer, just because, let's face it, IGN has the uh, market cornered on this aspect. So instead of trying to compete with Goliath, as we'll call them, think of it more as a guy who watches trailer and makes comments. Yeah, we'll go with that. Anyways, let's get to the gameplay. So when the gameplay begins, we see our fearless hero Arno speaking with this sort of grizzled individual. While we don't have a name for Mr. Happy here, we can definitely ascertain by the conversation that they're having that he's a high-ranking official in the Assassin's Brotherhood. They use such language as apprentice. You're no longer an apprentice, so devise your own plan. And the thing that excites me about this is it kind of harkens back to Assassin's Creed 1 in the essence where it was very structured, meaning the organization, the Brotherhood itself. You had a master, you had all sorts of other initiates. Um, Altair himself was a master before he was a little disgraced, if you played that story. With Assassin's Creed 2 and all the other ones after that, including 3 and Black Flag, we sort of kind of lost that structure. Ezio, for example, always was kind of at the top of the hierarchy, filling out his brotherhood underneath him. Connor was accepted into an Assassin's Brotherhood that was pretty much decimated. And then, as we know, Edward Kenway was more of a pirate than an assassin, choosing to be an assassin when it suited him. Wasn't really part of the Brotherhood. So it seems like Unity's going to kind of go back towards that model from Assassin's Creed 1, and I actually really like that style. So it should be interesting to see how that plays out in the main game. Alright, as the gameplay goes on here, we're next introduced to what the team in Ubisoft Montreal is calling a black box mission, and we're going after a guy named Charles Gabriel Sever. He's kind of like the money backing, if you will, for the Templar organization. Essentially, at this point, what a black box mission is they're describing it, is they give you an objective to do, in this case, kill this man, and that's it. Really, realistically, it's an open environment, and you're able to do the mission as you see fit, which is actually really cool because before, as you know, if you've played Assassin's Creed game before, um, there were objectives to it. So, like for example, tailing someone. If you were discovered by that person, I'd be mission over. You'd have to restart from a checkpoint or whatnot. Here in Unity, what they're showing you is that the missions adapt to what you do. So, I mean, right off the bat, anyways, you can approach this mission however you want. The main goal here is to assassinate Sever. How you do it, they don't care. At the end of the video, I mean, if you watch this with the actual commentary here, you'll find out that there's over 10 different ways to accomplish this mission, which is just insane for an Assassin's Creed game. It's the first that we've seen here. You can go in guns blazing if you want to. From what I've heard, combat's been reworked as well, so that may be a little more challenging. But you know, I know some of you out there, that's your style, so you can definitely go ahead and do that. In this game, however, we're going to do the stealth way. So we see Arno climbing up some buildings and tailing this Dishanu guy who is supposed to meet up with Sever inside. So we'll take a look and watch and see what happens here. Now, I don't know about you, but I got a strong Splinter Cell vibe here, which makes sense. I mean, it's a Ubisoft game. But that excites me a lot as well, knowing that the dev team worked real hard to revamp the whole stealth system in Unity. You can totally see that right here. Just kind of peeking around corners, you know, just kind of putting his back up against the wall. And, you know, there's even a small Watch Dogs vibe there, too, for those of you who played it. That the stealth is pretty similar to that aspect. And as you can see here, we're at the Notre Dame, and that's where our target is at this point. So we're actually going to find a way in there. And as you can probably guess, there's a lot of different ways to do that, which actually leads into the whole 10 different ways to accomplish this mission. I mean, you can see that right here. There's a locked window. If you have a lockpick skill, you can totally get in there and That's another aspect it's really interesting to me, is that the fact that you can actually upgrade Arno this time. I believe it. I mean, outside of customization in terms of outfits, clothing. I'm sure many of you have seen the whole kind of ad where you you can get pants that increases speed. Um, yeah, kind of interesting there. But there's also a progression system with Arno that you can unlock new skills and things like that, and one of them being the lockpick skill, which will definitely change the way you play the game at that point. If you remember near the beginning of the mission, a monk, as we'll call him, probably not a monk, a priest, I should say, lost his keys to some pickpockets. So that's where we're going now. We're going to go back and steal that key. And here's another excellent example of the new stealth mechanics. So take a look and watch what happens here. So there you go. You have the enhanced eagle vision, pickpocket, and of course no one sees because it's a video game. So as you can see, the more stuff you do in this black box section, the more options you have. If you look at the underneath the Assassinate Severe message, it constantly updates based on what you do. So you stole the keys, now you have a new entrance that's unlocked. And as you can see there, you gain access to the Notre Dame. And since the minimap is all in red, that means, hey, don't get detected. So pretty much a classic Assassin's Creed mission right here. Um, you're entering an area you shouldn't be in. Avoid detection. And I mean, just look at this detail right here. Just stop and pause for a minute and take a look at all the detail that's going on in this video. I mean, it's crazy. Notre Dame looks excellent. It reminds me of a bunch of sections from Assassin's Creed 2 and even Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, where a lot of the monuments were painstakingly crafted by the dev team. I mean, that's excellent. I don't know about you, I'm impressed by that. The stained glass looks amazing. And yep, there you go. Leap of faith. For those of you who still wanted it, it's still there. And you can see the little radius underneath Arno means he's blending in with the crowd. It's a kind of a new user interface look to it. I think it looks better, but it's personal preference. And now you can see our target in yellow over there. Now you got to just figure out the best way to do it. Now again, there's going to be a ton of different ways to actually take this guy out. I mean, if you want the rowdy method, you can totally, and you'll see as he walks by, you can totally pick him off. But obviously, it's going to get the attention. It's going to cause chaos, panic. Maybe some of you like that. But nope, we're going to let him go past and see what happens. Not that guy, though.
Entered the confessional, where he was supposed to meet Duchesneau. But as we've
love the animations.
In the first mod mission, we can take his place in the confessional and kill Siva without alarming the guards.
And this is just really cool. I'll let this play out.
Finally saw Reese and Diddy. What's our cut? 30%? Good, good. This is our moment, my friend.
So essentially what you're seeing here is he thinks he's talking to that Duchesneau guy. Obviously he's not, it's Arno. And what's cool here is that if you want more of the story, you can let this play out. The prompt for the assassination, oh, and there it is. Ouch. That hurts. But you can stop him from talking as long as you want, or, let him go or take him out. It's all up to you. And here, after killing him, a little different than what we're used to with the Assassin's Creed series, in that when you take out a major target, you kind of talk to them in the I guess we'll call it the Animus room. Here you kind of, it looks like you get a glimpse of what he's done in terms of the storyline.
But given the number of guards, using the main entrance would be suicidal.
And now that he's dead, you gotta try to escape. So the classic tenets of Assassin's Creed: get in, take out your target, and escape with as minimal amount of noise as possible, if you will. And as you're seeing throughout this video too, the new parkour system, we just saw Arno slide under a giant box, which is really cool. And I don't know if you guys noticed this. If you've watched the main video, um, all of the actors, or the voice acting, I should say, is in English, British, if you will, British English. That really surprised me. I expected, we're in France here, and I expected kind of obviously English for the U.S. version, but I expected some sort of French accent on top of that. I figured that would be the route they'd take, and I mean, at first it kind of annoyed me, but from a lore perspective, if you think about it, the Animus does translate the language into the language of the user. So in this case, I'd have to imagine it would be some sort of English-speaking user. We don't know who the main person is in the real world, unless you're a computer programmer like you were in Black Flag. I don't know, but that's the reason why everyone's kind of speaking English without any sort of accent. And there you go. That was a walkthrough of the Assassin's Creed mission to kill Sever. And I hope you enjoyed. And if you like this, let me know in the comments. Until next time, guys.
Make history. Assassin's Creed Unity. Pre-order now for 2 bonus offers. The Guillotine Spin to Win game. Get a chance to win prizes every Friday. And the explosive Chemical Revolution mission. Pre-order now. Available October 28th.